Hey, Brian with Exit, talking about better versioning, the 5 kind of base level things you need to have in order in your life so you can succeed in business. It's the foundation that we stand on. You know, we can succeed for a little while not having them all in place or not having them all as strong as we need them to be, but you know, over time that foundation crumbles a little bit. You're going to feel a little bit uneasy. You're not going to perform at the level you want to perform. And today, the foundation piece we're talking about is close relationships. So really leaning into and identifying the people in your life that matter most. And that's not a lot of people. It's that inner circle of people. So if you're married, your spouse, your significant other, your children obviously fit that inner circle. But who are those other people? Maybe your parents, siblings, maybe, you know, 1, 2, 3 really close friends, and that's kind of it. Who are those people? And identifying those people, and then not only that, but identifying how you're contributing back to their life, and what sort of relationship do you have with them, and how are you being intentional about the way you interact with them, and the way you're involved in their life, and the way they're involved in your life. What sort of meaning are they bringing? And you know, as an example, for me, my parents are in their 70s. They still have their health and their minds and their own home, and I start to wonder, you know, how many more Christmases do you have left that way, or you know what? So it makes you sort of change your perspective, right, on how you interact and how you view them or that particular relationship. And so, you know, I'm finding ways to add and to visit more often, or to have breakfast with them, or, you know, what are those ways? And maybe your children, if you have 2 or 3 children, you know, what are you doing for one-on-one time with them? Or your close friends, are you meeting them for coffee or breakfast? Do you even know what's going on in their life? You know, life gets in the way, business gets in the way, and time just moves. And all of a sudden it's 6 months later and we haven't talked to these people we call our best friends. And over time, that crumbles your foundation to succeed at anything in life, but even in business. And your life sort of starts to feel a little bit uneasy. So what are you doing in your close relationships? Who are those people? Identify them, and then identify the ways you're being intentional about interacting with them and having them in your life. And it's just another building block to your success, and it's part of what we call better versioning. So some ideas on how to incorporate this. You've identified those people and you're asking yourself, you know, how are you contributing back to that relationship? How are you being intentional about it? And it can be really easy things. It can be, you know, a quick handwritten note if you haven't reached out to them in a while. We're recording this around the holiday. Like, what a perfect excuse to get a handwritten note out, right? You know, the happy holidays, but thank you for the friendship kind of note. Or you know, in our business practice, we talk about 52 cups, trying to reach out 1 time a week to meet somebody new, to form a new relationship, to meet with them for an hour, spend $1 on a cup of black coffee. But you can turn that into your close relationships as well. How are you scheduling intentional time for the people you love most and care about most in your life? And you know, what is that looking like? If it's the breakfast, the dinners, a quick cup of coffee. It's easy to do if you're intentional about it, but we forget it, and then it becomes not easy, and time gets in the way. So, you know, this holiday season, I start to think about those people that maybe I haven't, and it's the Christmas card, it's, you know, getting a drink or a dinner with somebody. But how does that relate, you know, back into your life? And the most important thing to understand here is this is a really easy thing. It's a really easy foundation piece, but it becomes really difficult when we just forget to schedule and be intentional about the time. So it's all about building it back into your calendar. And so what are you doing to do that? Who are the people and how are we being intentional? I hope you're leaning into those close relationships and just becoming a better version of yourself.